Hi, and welcome to my mid-year book freak out tag. I think that's what it's called, right? Mid-year freak out book tag. Yeah, so, hi, it's been a while since, I've made a video. I know for sure my last video that I made was the, January and February 2019 documentary life video, and I think I uploaded that on March 31st 2019. So it's been a while, but I saw a lot of people do the Meteor Freak Out book tag, and it looked like fun, so I wanted to give it a shot. So let's get started. I am babysitting my little niece, and she's watching Toy Story in the background. So if you hear anything in the background, it's just the movie playing. But anyways, let's get started with the tag. Alright, so question number 1. How much have you read? Well, let's go over to my Goodreads, and according to Goodreads, I have read 16 out of my 30 books for this year. I think it's amazing that the average book pledge is 58. I follow a lot of people on Bookreads, and some of them have like a goal of 80 books, and they've already passed that. But I'm pretty happy with my 16 out of 30. Last year, I struggled to read even 20 books, and now I'm already close to 20, and I can easily see myself passing 30. Well, let me not get ahead of myself, but yeah, 16 out of 30 books. So question number 2, what have you been reading? The book that I'm currently reading, well, according to Goodreads, I'm currently reading like 13 novels, but the one that I'm actively reading right now is Everything Under by Daisy Johnson, and I really like it so far, and this cover is just beautiful. Question number 3, best book you've read so far in 2020. I listed 4. These are the 4 that I would consider my favorite of the year. Book number 1 is The Tao of Pooh by Benjamin Hoff, Mouse number 1 by Art Speigelman, China Blues by Kai Longfellow, and Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murtata. Number 4, best sequel you've read so far in 2020. I only read one sequel this year, and that is P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han, which I absolutely love. I love the first book, and if this list had been a 2018 mid-year book tag, I would have had to include To All the Boys I've Loved Before in the best books I've read so far. Question number 5. New release you haven't read yet but want to. To be perfectly honest, I'm really bad at keeping up with new releases, so unfortunately I don't really have one for this question. Question number 6, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Okay, this one's easy. Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. The 14-year-old girl in me is internally screaming for this book. Question number 7, biggest disappointment. My biggest disappointment so far, I would have to say, is Love and Misadventure by Leav. It just wasn't really my cup of tea. There were a few poems from this collection that I really did enjoy, but for the most part, it just wasn't for me. I do think it's really cool that she has popularized poetry for a lot of people, because it's always good when more people read, but don't let my opinion deter you from reading this if it's something you might be interested in. Something I used to do, and even now I still kind of have to remind myself not to do this, but I pay attention a lot to ratings, and I don't think you should do that because ratings are pretty arbitrary, and I've read a lot of books that were under 4 stars that I really, really like. So go ahead and read this if that's something you think you might like. So question number 8, biggest surprise. China Blues by Kai Longfellow and Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murtata. Yeah. Question number 9, favorite new author, debut or new to you? Gonna have to say Kai Longfellow and Sayaka Murtata, which are the authors of the 2 books that I previously mentioned. I just don't hear a lot of people talking about Kai Longfellow. Actually, I don't hear anybody talking about her, but I was so impressed. I'm definitely going to read her, probably all her novels. I was just so impressed by China Blues. My other favorite new author is Sayaka Murtata. I was just absolutely charmed by Convenience Store Woman, and Convenience Store Woman is actually her 10th novel, but her first English translated work, so I cannot wait until the rest of her books are translated. Question number 10. Newest fictional crush. I didn't really have a fictional crush, but if I was gonna pick anybody, it would definitely be Lee Kwan Wan from China Blues. Question number 11. Newest favorite character. Keiko Furukuda from Convenience Store Woman. Question number 12. Books that made you cry. Mouse by Art Spiegelman, Paper Wife by Laila Ibrahim, another great novel, and also another author that I definitely going to have to check more out of. China Blues by Kai Longfellow, and The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. It doesn't take a lot to make me cry, so that's a lot of books. Question number 13. Books that made you happy and or laugh. I added the laugh in the question because I really wanted to talk about Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. Really awesome book. I actually listened to this on Audible and it was awesome. It was narrated by Trevor Noah, which just made the experience that much more better. And another book that made me happy and laugh is Convenience Store Woman. I feel like there's two camps of thought when it comes to this book. Some people find it a very triggering and sad novel. I was on the other camp of thought, which was people who thought this book was kind of funny and lighthearted. And even though, yes, it's dark and it's about conforming to society's norms, I found Keiko's perspective very funny and I just really liked it. Question number 14. Most beautiful book you've bought so far this year. I'm going to interpret this question as most beautiful book cover, and I think for most beautiful book cover, I'm going to have to say Paper Wife by Laila Ibrahim. I also like my edition of Convenience Store Woman. Just really cute, and I like the little rice ball on the bottom. I think it's cute. Question number 15. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? Reading Rush 2020 is in 1 week from now, so I'm definitely going to be reading all those books on my TBR, and I think I might make a video about that. The Widows of Malabar Hill by Sajata Massey, which is the July book of the month for the Books and Boba Goodreads group. I also recently stumbled across the No Name Book Club, and the 2 books of the month for the month of July are Captive Genders and Our Prisons Obsolete by Angela Y. Davis. So those are 2 other books that I need to read by the end of July. I also want to finish reading everything I'm currently reading. Oh man, there's just so many books I need to read by the end of the year. Question 16, last question. Favorite book community member? I got a couple I want to list, and she's right here. One of them is the Artisan Geek. I actually stumbled across her videos this year, and as you can see, I've been watching a lot of them. I really recommend her for anybody who's interested in classics. And also, she is learning Japanese, which is really cool. I also really want to learn how to read Japanese, or speak Japanese, and read kanji too. Yeah, I really like watching videos of people who are learning a new language because I want to learn how to incorporate their skills into my daily practice. I also really like her perspective and her tips on how to be a better and more engaging reader. For example, this video, How to Read Poetry and Where to Start, I think is a great video for people like me who don't read a lot of poetry but would like to read more of it and would, like to get better at reading, because you can always improve your reading. Of course, you can read for fun, but yeah, I want to be a better critical reader. But yeah, another favorite member that I came across is the Bookish Land. I absolutely love her videos. I really recommend her to people who are into classics, but also people who are into nonfiction and historical fiction and Chinese literature. She has this wonderful video. Let me see if I can find it. This one, Where to Start with Chinese Literature. Absolutely love this video. I think every single book that she's mentioned in this video I added to my Goodreads to read pile, so absolutely love it. I'm so glad I stumbled across this video. booktuber that I want to mention is Mina Reads. This girl got me very interested in erotica, and for my reading rush challenge I actually want to read one of the books she recommended. I don't want to mention it now, but I'll mention it in my next video. And that's all the questions. Wow, I thought I had one more. Well, yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Bye. Hasta Luigi.